Tyler Perry does not live like a Hollywood billionaire. He lives like a man who controls his time, his space, and his work. In Atlanta, far from red carpets and celebrity circuits, Perry built an estate designed for privacy, discipline, and long-term power. This is not about excess or display. It is about ownership, routine, and quiet authority. Behind closed gates, Tyler Perry's life reflects a different definition of wealth, one measured by control, stability, and independence rather than attention. Born Emmett Perry Jr. in 1969 in New Orleans, Perry grew up in deep poverty and endured years of abuse at home. School did not hold him, but survival instincts did. He dropped out, later earning a GED, and spent his early adulthood moving between low-paying jobs and unstable housing. What changed his direction was something simple but radical. A television episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show encouraging people to write as a form of healing. Perry began journaling. Those journals slowly turned into stage plays. In the early 1990s, he poured his savings into his first production, I Know I've Been Changed, staged in Atlanta. It failed. Badly. Attendance was thin, money disappeared, and Perry briefly became homeless, sleeping in his car. Many would have walked away. Instead, he rewrote the script, reworked the tone, and made a crucial decision: to take his work directly to Black audiences across the South through the Chitlin Circuit, a touring network of community theaters and churches. That decision changed everything. Between the late 1990s and early 2000s, Perry found his voice and his audience. Plays like I Can Do Bad, All by Myself, 1999, Medea's Family Reunion, 2002, and Why Did I Get Married, 2002, sold out night after night. It was during this period that Medea emerged, loud, direct, moral, and unapologetically rooted in Black Southern culture. Critics dismissed her. Audiences embraced her. Perry understood something Hollywood didn't. There was a massive, underserved market willing to pay directly for stories that reflected their lives. In 2005, Perry took a career-defining risk. Using profits from his stage tours, he self-financed his first film, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, on a modest $5.5 million budget. The film opened at number 1 and ultimately earned over $50 million. Overnight, Perry proved he did not need studios to validate or finance him. He needed control. What followed was relentless output. He wrote, directed, produced, and often starred in a long string of films, both Medea-led and dramatic works, releasing sometimes 2 projects a year. Titles like Daddy's Little Girls, For Colored Girls, A Fall from Grace, A Jazzman's Blues, Mea Culpa, and The 688 expanded his range beyond comedy, tackling trauma, faith, family, and historical memory. By the mid-2000s, Perry had become one of the most productive filmmakers in America, regardless of genre. Television turned him into an empire builder. Series such as House of Pain, The Haves and the Have-Nots, Sistas, and The Oval ran for years, some for over a decade. Perry mastered fast production cycles and long-running casts, creating steady employment for Black actors and crews often ignored by mainstream networks. By the 2000s, his content dominated BET, OWN, and later Netflix and Amazon Prime. The ultimate statement of power came with Tyler Perry Studios. Between 2015 and 2019, Perry purchased the former Fort McPherson military base in Atlanta and transformed it into a 330-acre studio complex, one of the largest in the United States, fully owned by him. He owned the land. He owned the stages. Most importantly, he owned his content. Awards followed: Emmy honors, the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award at the Oscars, Time 100 recognition, but they were secondary. By 2026, Perry remained fiercely productive, releasing new films and series while maintaining complete independence. Tyler Perry's career is not a Hollywood story. It is a story of refusal to wait for permission, refusal to give up ownership, and refusal to forget where he came from. With such a solid career, Tyler Perry was free to choose where he lived, and Atlanta was the place he chose to support his long workdays and disciplined personal life. Atlanta Mansion. The Atlanta estate of Tyler Perry is not simply a house. It is a carefully constructed private empire, a place where scale, privacy, and authority are designed into every square foot. Located just a short drive from Tyler Perry Studios, the property sits deep within Georgia countryside, spread across an astonishing 2,100 acres of land. From the outside world, it feels remote. From Perry's world, it is perfectly positioned. The experience begins at the gate. A monumental entrance opens onto a long, winding driveway that cuts through mature trees and manicured lawns, deliberately slowing the journey. This is not accidental. The approach is meant to create distance from traffic, from noise, from intrusion. By the time the main residence appears, the outside world has already been left behind. The mansion itself spans roughly 40,000 square feet, built in a chateau-style aesthetic that blends French-inspired grandeur with American scale. The exterior favors symmetry and permanence. Stone facades, steep roof lines, tall chimneys, and wide terraces overlooking the grounds. Everything communicates longevity, not trend. Inside, the grand foyer sets the tone immediately. Ceilings soar upward, anchored by a sweeping staircase and a dramatic chandelier. Stone floors, wrought iron railings, and carefully layered lighting give the space a ceremonial feel. This is a room designed for arrivals, quiet ones, powerful ones, and everything in between. The main living areas are formal yet controlled. Neutral palettes dominate: creams, soft golds, warm stone tones, and dark wood accents. Plush seating arrangements are positioned for conversation rather than display. Oversized windows frame the landscape outside, allowing natural light to soften the scale of the rooms. Nothing feels rushed here. Everything invites pause. The kitchen blends functionality with restraint. Professional-grade appliances are seamlessly integrated behind custom cabinetry. Stone countertops, expansive islands, and warm wood finishes turn a working space into a social center. This is not a kitchen designed for show cooking. It is designed for long days, trusted staff, and quiet late-night meals. The private quarters reflect a different mood. Across 8 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms, the design becomes more intimate. The primary suite feels insulated from the rest of the house, featuring layered textiles, muted lighting, and carefully chosen art pieces. Bathrooms favor marble, stone, and glass, spa-like, calm, and unapologetically luxurious. Beyond living and sleeping spaces, the estate opens into a world of controlled indulgence. A full spa, gym, private home theater, library, wine cellar, and private elevators ensure that daily life never requires leaving the grounds. Each room serves a purpose, each purpose reinforcing independence. Outside, the lap pool stretches across the landscape like a private resort. Terraces and garden paths extend the living spaces into the open air. From certain angles, the property feels more like a 5-star retreat than a personal residence. And then there is the airstrip, a private runway allowing aircraft to land and depart without attention, underscoring the estate's defining priority: privacy at scale. Valued at hundreds of millions of dollars, this Atlanta mansion isn't just ostentatious luxury. It's about control. Control of space, control of time, control of views. For Tyler Perry, this home isn't just a reward for success. It's the infrastructure for a life built on autonomy. Alongside his sprawling mansion, his collection of cars is essential for his commute between his private life and his busy work schedule. Let's explore 3 of his most frequently used vehicles. Car collection. The black Cadillac Escalade is the vehicle most people associate with his public presence. Tall, wide, and deliberately understated, It carries a 6.2-liter V8 producing around 420 horsepower. But speed is not the point. The Escalade is about separation. High seating, thick doors, dark glass. Inside, the outside world fades quickly. This is the car Perry uses when arriving at premieres, studios, or large gatherings. Others have sat beside him in this cabin. Security, close collaborators, but conversation is minimal. Behind the wheel, the feeling is not excitement. It is control. The road bends around the vehicle, not the other way around. Then there is the deep blue Rolls-Royce Wraith, the most personal choice of all. With a twin-turbo V12 pushing over 620 horsepower, the power is immense, yet almost invisible. The doors close softly. The engine whispers. The interior feels more like a private room than a car. This is not for crowds or schedules. This is for reflection. Few people ever sit in the passenger seat. When Perry drives the Wraith, the sensation is weightless authority, moving forward without effort, without noise, without explanation. The collection tells a clear story. One car shields him from the world. One reconnects him to the road. One gives him silence. None are chosen to impress strangers. They are chosen to serve moments. And that, more than horsepower or price, is what defines Tyler Perry's lifestyle behind the wheel. Behind these machines lies the question that shapes everything else in Tyler Perry's life: how money is earned, how it's protected, and why financial control is more important to him than public ostentation. So let's explore how he creates that wealth. Income and net worth. As of January 2026, Tyler Perry's net worth is estimated at approximately $1.4 billion. That wealth isn't tied to a single brand or a brief creative peak. It's built on ownership, long-term contracts, and assets that generate income regardless of whether he's on screen or not. Perry's annual income typically ranges from $200 million to $250 million, reaching up to $400 million in some years when business profits are included. His personal base income, earned from writing, producing, directing, and acting, is around $80 million per year. For most creators, that would be the end of the story. For Perry, it's just the beginning. The main foundation is Medea. Across 14 films, the franchise has generated nearly $700 million in global box office revenue. The most important thing isn't the total amount, but the structure. Perry retains creative control and profits from post-production, turning a single character into a sustainable income stream. Even before his film success, Perry had been accumulating capital through touring plays. By the mid-2000s, ticket sales had exceeded $100 million, plus $30 million from video revenue and $20 million from merchandise. Those early profits funded his first films and freed him from dependence on studios. The most decisive turning point came in 2019 with his deal with Viacom CBS. This deal pays Perry approximately $150 million annually for producing original content and includes a 25% ownership stake in BET, estimated to be worth $50 million. This agreement has generated a steady, predictable income stream through series like The Oval, Sisters, and House of Pain. House of Pain itself was a financial turning point. A $200 million deal with TBS for 100 episodes cost Perry around $60 million to produce, yielding him substantial profits and a lesson in cost control. Streaming services added another layer. Netflix and Amazon Prime pay tens of millions of dollars per project, while Tyler Perry Studios rakes in around $100 million annually from rentals alone. Add real estate, cars, and a private jet, and Perry's wealth becomes clear, unpretentious, but solidly built. He didn't become wealthy because Hollywood rewarded him. He became wealthy because he built systems that allowed him to continue making money, quietly, steadily, and on his own terms. With that level of financial security, Perry no longer has to prove success through expansion. Instead, his wealth gives him the freedom to decide where help is needed and to act without waiting for recognition. Charitable activities. In 2006, he founded the Perry Foundation with a clear purpose: turning hardship into stability. The foundation focuses on education, health, human rights, clean water, and economic development. But Perry rarely frames his work in abstract goals. He focuses on individuals and immediate outcomes. Clean water became one of his earliest commitments. Starting in 2008 through partnerships with charity, Perry helped bring safe drinking water to more than 65,000 people in Ethiopia, Haiti, India, and Cambodia. In communities where illness and poverty once dominated daily life, access to clean water meant children returning to school and families gaining long-term health and security. It was a solution designed to last. When disaster hits, Perry acts fast. After the Haiti earthquake in 2009, he donated $1 million to relief efforts. Following Hurricane Harvey in 2017, he committed another $1 million to affected families. These were direct responses, aimed at restoring dignity rather than generating headlines. His support for Black communities is deeply rooted. In 2009, Perry gave $1 million to the NAACP, marking the largest individual donation in the organization's history at the time. It was a gesture of loyalty to institutions that fought for civil rights long before recognition was guaranteed. In Atlanta, his philanthropy becomes intimate. During the pandemic, he paid off layaway balances for families, delivered grocery gift cards to residents' homes, and tipped service workers thousands of dollars. In 2023, he donated millions to clear property tax debt for hundreds of low-income seniors, allowing them to keep their homes. Most recently, in November 2025, Perry donated nearly $1.4 million to food banks and child-focused organizations after SNAP benefit cuts left families struggling. His position was simple: compassion is not political. For Tyler Perry, charity is not about recognition. It is about showing up quietly and making sure someone else's tomorrow is more stable than today. That same instinct to protect, provide, and stay grounded shapes how Tyler Perry lives when the cameras are gone, guiding the quiet, carefully structured personal life he keeps far from public view. Personal life. Today, Tyler Perry World centers on Atlanta, where he oversees Tyler Perry Studios, manages a demanding production slate, and prioritizes the role that matters most to him, being a father. Despite his billionaire status, Perry speaks often about humility. He still keeps an old Geo Metro from his years of homelessness, not as nostalgia, but as a reminder. It grounds him. Success, in his view, is fragile if it forgets where it came from. That mindset informs his daily routine: early mornings, long hours on set or in meetings, and structured evenings reserved for family. He avoids excess socializing, rarely appears in celebrity circles, and stays clear of personal scandal. Perry has never married and is currently single, but his emotional center is his son, Amon Tyler Perry. Fatherhood reshaped his priorities. Perry is deliberate about how Amon grows up, teaching independence, discipline, and gratitude, while shielding him from entitlement. He has said openly that wealth should never replace character. Perry and Amon live close to one another, travel together, and share a routine that keeps family life steady amid a demanding career. Amon's mother, Galila Bekele, remains a close presence. Though the two separated amicably, they continue to co-parent as friends, united by respect and shared values. That stability is intentional. Perry believes children thrive when adults choose cooperation over conflict. Outside work and parenting, Perry's personal life is quiet. He values close friendships, private travel, reading, and reflection. Faith plays a central role. He often speaks about the transformative power of struggle, crediting hardship with shaping empathy and resilience. Christianity guides his outlook, not as performance, but as structure. Perry balances a global entertainment empire with a grounded private life, still rooted in Atlanta, still focused on growth, and still guided by the belief that who you become matters more than what you own. From a private Atlanta estate to a global studio empire, every choice reflects control earned through struggle. Thank you for joining us inside his real lifestyle. Stay with us, and we'll see you in the next story of power, privacy, and purpose.